Hey, I'm Vanessa Canby, and in this video, I am going to do a live Q&A. I really hope that I'm actually live because there's like a new way to do lives on YouTube, and I can't say that I've ever done it before. So this is something new to me. I thought I would just come on because I was just on like a Zoom call. I was actually on this panel discussion, and then I thought, what a great time to come on YouTube live and talk about what I am up to and like what's the plans for the channel, seeing as I'm inside and I'm also in Scotland. So I guess the first thing is, got some really sad email the other day. Hey, so I was meant to be coming to Ghana on the 5th of July, and I kind of thought that it might still go ahead. And then I got an email yesterday saying that my flight was cancelled. I was actually so disappointed. And also the borders are still closed. So really and truly, I wasn't getting in until they open up. But it was meant to be my kids' first ever time coming to Ghana, and obviously we're meant to be going as a family. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining. Yeah, so it was meant to be our first ever time going as a family. Obviously my sister lives over there, so my kids will have seen their auntie. But now, because the flight's cancelled, I don't know what's going to happen. And now I don't even know when to reschedule it for, because who knows when everything's gonna be up and running again. I just saw something saying that things won't be back to normal in terms of flying and travel until 2023. That is what British Airways said. If you've got any questions for me, by the way, feel free to just write them on the side. And yeah, I think you can actually add people to this, which is really cool, but I can't say I know how to do that. Hey. So yeah, I thought I would tell you what I'm going to do, seeing as right now I'm in Scotland, and I do still have videos to come that I filmed in January, so I will keep uploading them. So there's still quite a few of those to come. But in the meantime, I am going to be creating videos via a videographer who's in Ghana. So I'm going to basically direct videos. Hey, reschedule for Christmas or next summer holidays. Ray, the Fanti Bay, is saying, yeah, I feel like it's going to be either next April or next summer holidays that I'm going to reschedule the flight for. But that's the family holiday. If I can come on my own before then, I will do. I've actually got some really exciting plans. Here's like, if you can actually decipher what this is actually part of the plan. But, you know, it's not something that I'm going to reveal quite yet, because I don't really like to talk about things until they're happening, because I do to myself. I do a lot of like positive talking and stuff. But in terms of like broadcasting something, I'd rather have it in like solid form. So yeah, no, there's something really exciting that's going to happen. And when that happens, there's going to be some amazing videos coming about that. But for the meantime, yeah, so I'm going to be working with a videographer in Ghana, but also I'm going to be doing interviews via the likes of Zoom. And if there's anybody you want me to interview, then let me know. I'm going to start this new series, and it's basically going to be people that are in West Africa that are doing something interesting, successful things, but also people of West African descent or African descent in general. So I'm really excited about that. Hey Vanessa, I stay in Ghana and I'm a college dropout, but I have experience in photography. My question, is it possible I can work with you? So do you do photography or videography? Because I am more focused on videography than photography. But if you're a videographer, definitely send me a message, send me an email, because I will be really interested to work with you. Yeah, and Bella, I can't wait to come back. But what does everyone think? When do people think that it's actually going to be possible to make moves again? Because for somebody like me, obviously what's going on right now is devastating, and it's essential that we stay put. But it would also be quite good to know when things are going to be moving again, because obviously for me, I do a lot in other countries. Um, Somebody said, "Where am I just now?" So I live in Scotland. I live in Edinburgh in Scotland. Just seeing if there's any other questions. If anyone's got a question, feel free to write it beside here. I wish I could say December 2020, but realistically, let's aim for 2021 to be safe. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to reschedule the flight for April or summer of 2021. But nothing's stopping. I'm still definitely doing a lot of work over here. Please, when are you planning to relocate to Ghana? If it was up to me, I would have already relocated. But obviously, I have a family, so we have to take everyone into consideration. And it's, it's just not that simple for us to just up and go. But what I do hope to do, which I think I've said before, is have a base here and a base there, so that we can spend 2 months in the summer in Ghana and then a month at Christmas time. So that'll be like 3 months out of the year there and then here as well. Obviously, like my family's here, my husband's family's here. So in terms of family, apart from my sister, are the grandparents of the kids are here. Are you still thinking about buying property in Ghana? That's part of my plan, which is up here, my really great sketch. So I'm hoping to build, which I'm just so excited about. I had a call with an architect to start, maybe getting things rolling, but I'm not there yet. That is my plan for the future. Can you make an option for making a one-time contribution to support you? I don't like monthly contributions. Yeah, sure. If you would like to contribute to my channel and me making videos, you can contribute to my PayPal, which is vanessakanbiyt. It's actually in most of my YouTube descriptions, but I'll share that with you. I'll put it in the description afterwards. But that's another thing, actually. I've started a Patreon, and do you know how difficult it was for me to decide to do that? Because I was quite against making content that people had to pay for, because I just kind of thought it was unfair, because not everyone can afford to do so. But then I got to a point that I basically saw so many other people were doing it, and also YouTube AdSense. I don't have sponsorships on my channel, so I rely solely on YouTube AdSense, and it's not a lot of money. So to make it sustainable, I thought, do you know what? I'll create a Patreon account, and I'll put up, I think I'm going to do 2 videos a month on there, but actually like really good videos. I've put the first one up, and that's $10 a month. And it's basically supporting me making videos for the YouTube channel, as well as making those extra videos as a sort of like incentive. And I'm also making a private Facebook group for all my Patreons, so that everybody can, everyone's got like-minded, they can have chats with, we can all chat together in this Facebook group. And to join the Facebook group, you only have to pay, it's like $3 a month, but it's basically to help me continue making videos, because the AdSense thing isn't a lot of money. What's going on with schooling for the kids in Scotland? Are you keeping Oh, you're keeping the girls out of school till next year. Looks like homeschooling part-time for us for the next couple of months. So for me, my daughter's 3, so she's not yet at school. She's at nursery, and the nursery's closed. And for my son, he is 6. Oh no! Oh my gosh! No, he's 7. It was his birthday last week. Sorry. He's 7, and he's got like homeschooling. They basically send us a PDF of different things they're meant to do every day. Initially, what we were getting wasn't very good, but I'm actually really impressed with what we're being sent at the moment, and tells us everything we need to do. They have 3 classes a week online with their teacher, and so I'm quite happy with it. But I was considering homeschooling. And you know what I thought? I was like, oh my gosh, if I homeschool, then I could like just take the kids to Ghana whenever. But I do think that going to, I think in the short term it could be okay, but in the long term, I feel like I need space to be able to do my own thing. And it's not only just the schooling aspect; it's the childcare aspect. Because if I was homeschooling, that would mean the kids were with me 24/7, which would mean that it would be quite difficult to get other things done. Okay, let me just go up and try and answer some of these questions. So any update on Ghana's situation on coronavirus? So my sister lives in Ghana, and also I've been having a little look, and they have lifted the, what do you call it, lockdown there. It lifted after, was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks that it lasted? And I think that's mainly because it's not sustainable to have a lockdown in a place where people are living, well, not everyone, some people are living hand to mouth. You know, a lot of people don't have savings, so they're literally working to eat. And if you keep a lockdown, you're basically, potentially, people will starve. So it wasn't sustainable there. And also their numbers were quite low, although I have heard that the numbers have risen since the lockdown has been lifted. But places are open, like restaurants are open. Everyone has to wear a mask. It's mandatory to wear a mask outside of, I think, in a public place. Yeah. Okay, I'm mixed, and when I was traveling, the people that gave me the hardest time were Africans, especially in Qatar. Why? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm sorry. But what I can say is that I do get quite a lot of hate for being mixed race on my channel by some. I actually don't know where the people are that really direct this hate to me, where they're from. But yeah, I do get quite a lot of hate from some people saying that, you know, basically a black person should never be with a white person. I also get hate for that as well. How do you juggle making your videos and maintaining your job with the BBC? I find editing so long sometimes. That is a really good question. So it's not easy. I'm not working with the BBC at the moment. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm actually in this TV show at the moment. Oh my gosh, my head is just like mashed up. Sorry, 1 second. I know this is like not professional, but just give me 1 sec. No, I'm just gonna have to leave that there. I feel like if I left and came back, it wouldn't really work out. But somebody's at the door, so what do I do now? Ah! I think it's right. 1 sec. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's okay. Sorry about that. Also, like, you saw that the fact that I have joggers on and not trousers. I mean, who is wearing trousers in this life? You know, put a nice t-shirt on and that's it. Yeah. So in terms of juggling, at the moment I'm in this TV show. It's called The People's News, and it is on the BBC. And it's called Virus Diaries, I think, and it's basically about life in lockdown. So I film myself and like my kids and what we get up to during lockdown, and that is on BBC Scotland. So I do that. Obviously, I just film, and then when I was working at the BBC, I had no time. When I was actually working in the office there, I didn't really have much time for much else. But editing, the thing is, my husband works, so he obviously works somewhere, so he actually has to go there. So obviously when he's working, I can't really work. So I have to just work when he's not working, which is mainly weekends. So I normally work every single weekend. Let's see what else is coming up here. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you could double click. Are you going to start a model agency in Ghana? No, sorry, I'm not. I mean, I don't know if you guys know my feelings on the modeling industry, but I don't think it was something I'd want to like perpetuate to a lot of other people. What do you miss most about Ghana? Sorry, let me add this. What do you miss most about Ghana? The people, the heat, and the freedom. I feel, and actually the relaxation. I feel much less stressed. I'm actually not a stressed person, but I feel much less stressed when I'm in Ghana than when I'm in Scotland. And I don't know why. Oh, I just realized it's 8 o'clock. Everyone claps at 8 o'clock outside. So I'll just clap here. Clap for the NHS, which is the National Health Service. I don't know if you can hear them. I'm mixed and I married a Turkish woman. My daughter doesn't look, sorry, let me click on this. I'm mixed and I married a Turkish woman. My daughter doesn't look typically black. Do you think I can visit Ghana without a tour guide? Also, I want to buy land in Gambia. Is it safe? You can definitely visit Ghana without a tour guide. I guess just figure out where you want to go before you go. It is very safe there. We don't see your husband very often. Will you interview your husband? He absolutely would not come on my channel. I mean, he'll come on it like in the background, but he would never come on it with me interviewing him. He actually told me when I hit 1,000 subscribers that he would come on, and it never happened. But I totally get why he won't come on. YouTube really isn't for everyone. You're putting yourself out there in a big way, and you actually get a lot of hate, and I don't think that is for everyone. Ghana is stress-free compared to the West. I definitely am with you on that one. It has its own issues, but for me, I do feel less stressed there. Somebody else reiterating that. Are you back in Scotland? Yes, I live in Edinburgh in Scotland, but I travel to Ghana basically as much as I can. Let me see. How do you find out? Okay, I don't know if you can see me. How do you find out about these people in Ghana doing amazing things? As we know, moving to Ghana starts with networking, and I'd love to connect with Ghanaians in the education field, but don't know any. So for me, it started with when I was younger. So when I was 16, I feel like, I won't go full reveal, but when I was 16, that's when I started going more regularly, and I started making like my own friends rather than just going with my parents and they would take us to wherever, when you're a child and you just basically follow your parents. When I was 16, that's when I started to make my own friends. We started to go out, me and my sister, my cousins, and I started meeting people. And I think wherever I go, I do meet people and I speak to a lot of people, and I'm like a very interested person. So I basically ask loads of questions. That's probably why I sort of was drawn to the interview thing, because I love asking questions and I'm just like really intrigued by people. So there's that. There's also like just reaching out to people. So if there's a certain person that I do want to talk to, I will literally just try and find them on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook, and then just send them a message. I have no fear in just reaching out to anyone. And when I say anyone, oh my gosh, if I told you guys, last time I was in Ghana, I was in a club, and there was probably, let's say, the biggest artist in West Africa was in the same club, and I went up to him and asked him if he would come on my channel. So I'm definitely not afraid to do that sort of thing. People are not wearing masks in Tamale. Sorry, let me add this one. People are not wearing masks in Tamale/Northern Ghana. No physical distancing and hand washing stations have been maintained. Sand, because testing is low here too. That's sad. Let me show this. Great channel, thank you. I do like think about it all the time and try and spend as much time as I can on it. You're doing your bit to portray Africa in a positive light. Others are doing the same, but shunning the negatives, i.e. purposefully avoiding to show the poor. Any thoughts? This is actually something that I've thought a lot about recently, because the reality is that well, Africa's obviously like a massive place, but let me just talk about Ghana. In Ghana, let me just hide that, is no secret that there's a high level of unemployment, a high level of poverty, and it's very, like, there's a big gap between rich and poor. So I was thinking, like, am I really doing a good job at showing what it's really like there? You know, like watching my videos, if you went over, would you be shocked? Because if you've never been to West Africa before, or actually, I think there's quite a few countries that would come under the category of what sort of Ghana would be like. But if you've never been to somewhere like that, it would be a shock to see people on the street, people selling to your window when you're driving. I'd never seen that. I've never seen that actually anywhere else. I've never seen that before. And it's really sad. And there's so much that needs done there. So I do think next time that I go, I want to focus more on, I'm going to do what I'm doing, but I do also want to show a bit of like trying to highlight things that can be improved. For example, my Agbabloshi video, which got some hate from Wodimaya, if you guys saw, but then he came around. The reason why I did that is like documentary making to highlight issues that need to be resolved or somebody needs to do something about. And I do think that filmmakers have a responsibility, if they see something, to show it so that people that have the power can actually do something about it. But I also think that I'm showing a life that if, I don't know, just trying to word this right, but a life that you can have basically if you live in Ghana. This is annoying. So this is a sort of annoying thing that people say. Where is your white hubby? Like, what does the fact that he's white have anything to do with it? I know that like so many people have a problem with it, but I don't. So that's annoying. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's any videos. Not any videos. You can show Ghana in a respectful way. I hate poverty porn. I absolutely hate poverty porn as well. There's things I really don't like. I kind of don't like people showing, giving people that don't have things. You know, what I don't like is showing people that haven't given consent to be filmed. So I think like a pan where you can't see people's faces, but if you're right up in somebody's face and they've not given consent and they're potentially like in a situation that they might not want to be in, I don't think that's very nice at all. Sorry, I'm just reading these. Do you run ads on Ghana-based businesses? If not, you should. No, I've never had an ad on my channel, but I need one because I mean I need to start like trying to like diversify or something. Would I ever do a documentary on the northern regions of Ghana? Yeah, I would love to. Next, basically, my plan, which is to spend 2 months in the summer, obviously it's no longer happening this year. But once I'm able to do that, I will be able to travel around more. And also, my sister, she's a great traveler. I'm going to try and join her like for weekends in different African countries once everything is back up and running. Can I speak any Ghanaian languages? Find it hard to move around Ghana without my partner because I can't speak the language properly. So unfortunately, I cannot speak any of the languages, but because my dad, I think he felt like he didn't want to speak it to me and my sister because my mum couldn't understand it. So basically we missed out on that. But I'm about to start tree lessons on Zoom. So watch the space. I can't guarantee that it's going to have a high success rate, but we'll see. Let's see this one. Very pleased with your response. Sadly, comments re your white husband stem from this dodgy Pan-African wave sweeping across the continent. You can be a proud African without being a racist. I agree. Do you know what's really difficult is that even someone like Dave, who's an artist in the UK, he had a song called Black, a really, really amazing song. He's like very much sort of like an activist, and he has a white girlfriend, and it came out, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, it came out that he had a white girlfriend, and he was like absolutely slammed, and I don't agree with that, because how can you, for me, for example, it's like just because of that doesn't mean that I love Ghana any less, which is what people seem to think. And I mean, would I be doing what I'm doing if I did? The Zoom tree lessons. Oh my gosh, maybe I should try and arrange like one that other people can come on as well. That would be really good. Do you know what's funny? Like, I actually really want to interview Stormzy, but I think I need to get to a certain level before he would come on my platform. But that's actually my plan. I definitely want to reach out to Ghanaians in the diaspora or people of Ghanaian descent. Oh, sorry, maybe I'm getting the wrong information about Dave, but I thought it was his girlfriend. Maybe it wasn't. This is a funny one. If the government of Ghana sent a plane here, would I be on that flight? I would be the only one on it because like my kids and my husband don't have citizenship. Gosh, I feel like I don't want to go down the race thing, so maybe I'll just leave that. Okay, so when you show the negatives, talk about the solutions available to the people. For example, what programs does the government have to fix it? So when I did my agbabloshi video, which was about the e-waste site in Ghana, I highlighted actually what the government has in place, which is they're going to demolish it and rebuild a proper e-waste facility, which is safe, because the main issue being that it's highly toxic and people are dying really young because they're exposed to the toxins. Not only is it what they're breathing, it's actually been tested to be in their food and also in the water. So it's a big, big issue. But yeah, the government's meant to be demolishing what's there and rebuilding a safe production facility. It was meant to start in, I think it was 2018. So I'm still waiting, but when it comes, I'll definitely cover it. Why is most houses in Ghana leasehold? So I'm just speaking from what I've learned from other people, which is that in Ghana, apparently you can only buy land with 99, if you're a resident, 99-year lease. And if you are a non-resident, it's a 50-year lease. I think it's so that people can't just buy up the land and just have it forever. But I have also heard that, like, when the lease comes for renewal, it's actually not a big price. I've also heard that, I'm saying this because do not hold me to this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Dominic. I've also heard that when it comes to the time of renewal, sometimes people have forgotten about it because it's 99 years away. So if you buy it from the government, then more than likely they're going to come for the money in 99 years. But if you buy it from an individual, that's maybe gone down a couple of generations after 99 years. So whether they come for their money is a question. Hi, Dominic. So Dominic has, he's like an artist, and he has music under the name Sul Loro. Hope I'm saying that right. So if you want to check him out, then just search that. Thanks so much for the what do you call it, super chat. I feel like really, I'm so happy. How has Ghana changed? Okay, so when I first went, I mean, I was like 2-3 years old when I first went, so I can't remember what it was like, but from pictures back then, the development was nowhere near the development in terms of infrastructure, roads, like restaurants, malls, things that you see were just not there before. For example, I remember when the first mall was built, and it wasn't that long ago in Ghana. But since there's been a rapid rate of development recently. So yeah, I think that's what's changed the most. I'm a Ghanaian American investing. Okay, let's see. I'm a Ghanaian American investing in a sustainable residential development startup in Ghana. Can you give me your email so I can discuss running and add one of your shows? Oh, thanks. Yeah, sure. My email address is vanessakanbiyt, like YouTube, @gmail.com. Again, if you do want to donate, thank you so much. And I have PayPal. I've started a Patreon, as I said earlier, and I'm creating exclusive content for there. So I've already put my first video up, and it's about a festival in Ghana. Really, really good one. Well, it's a really, really good video. So yeah, you can head over there, and that's monthly, or you could just head over to PayPal. Yeah, sure, I will help you. Sorry, let me see. Somebody here is saying, I watched Stephen Yao on YouTube. I guess that's for learning Twi. I'm actually going to take a picture of that because I've never heard of him before, but I'll definitely check it out. Thank you, Stephen. Really appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just reading. And obviously I'm a slow reader because what do I think of Ghana? Friendly or unfriendly? Oh my gosh, are you joking? I guess you've never been, because it's definitely friendly. One thing that I love the most, I think I've said this before, is how straight talking people are. I guess that could be seen as friendly and it's not unfriendly. The thing is, people are just so straight and honest, but also so like warm, inviting, and you know, people will like invite you into their houses and want to talk to you and just be kind. My top 3 questions I get asked about Ghana are definitely, thanks so much, by the way, David Green. This is like a true person that sticks to their word, signed up for Patreon. Thank you. The top 3 questions I get asked are probably about houses, mainly, like, you know, buying houses or where to buy, what areas to live in, that sort of thing. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't actually know that. But Ghana is one of the fastest developing countries in Africa, Movie Magic said. That's exciting. I'm just so excited that you know, I feel like I'm really, I hope anyway, that I'm really getting involved in like what's going on there. Let me see. Can I do a video covering the tourism industry in Ghana? Yeah, definitely. When I can actually get there again. No, I'm joking. No, I will definitely do it as soon as possible. Thank you. Have you go to Ghanaian churches, and how did you feel during the praise? Yes, I have been. I went for, not recently, but in the past, I went to the church that my grandma goes to, which is right around the corner from our family house. And it's really different, obviously, from going to church here, but very passionate experience. And yeah. How was it to interview Nana Bediako? So I've known him for how long? Over 10 years. So I know what he's like. So it was actually great. Like, I was so grateful to be able to interview him because he's obviously really busy and he's got a lot going on. And I know that he doesn't do many interviews. So I felt grateful for that. But what was really annoying about that interview is that my mic situation messed up. Basically, I put, if you want to know the technicalities, I put the mic right there and it was like on his neck. So the sound kind of like messed up a bit, but I had a backup recorder, so I had to like mix the audio. But apart from that, it was great. And I love to like be able to see around his hotel and stuff like that. Obviously as well, he's like a really unique person, but he's very motivated, very positive. And I don't know if you've seen what he's like doing at the moment. It's really, really positive and interesting. What are the digital possibilities in Ghana? So very interestingly, I interviewed Dr. Joseph Mensah. Is that his name? Oh my gosh, please don't tell me I got it wrong. Anyway, I interviewed Dr. Mensah about, he was like helped in the creation of fiber optics. And I actually learned quite a lot from him about what's going on in Ghana digitally. And Google have started AI in Ghana. They've got a new office, which is focusing on AI in Ghana, and they chose Ghana out of every other African country, which is truly amazing to show that obviously that's a place to come. I'm actually thinking of like story time videos I can do right now. I'll tell you what they are before I'm going to write them down. One of them's about when I met Obama in Ghana. I'll do a video about that. Oh, maybe I'll film that after this. And the other one, I can't remember what it was going to be now. That's why I need to write things down instantly, because they just come and go. What's your contribution of informing our brothers and sisters in diaspora? What do you mean by contribution? Maybe if you can let me know. Hey, Justice, one of my like long-time followers. Trust me, like the other thing is I read my comments and I see names coming up and up, which is great. I would love to do a video about Google in Ghana. I'm not saying that AI is something that I'm championing. Oh my gosh, no, don't. I obviously can't say that word. Let me see. You're amazing. Oh, thanks. I would do. Thanks so much for that comment. But I do think that it's not always like me giving the information. It's obviously like I work with other people and interview other people that sometimes have better information than myself, to actually give to the people that watch my channel. Let me see. Anyone else? It's quite like confusing sometimes doing this. And I've also been on it for 40 minutes, which is probably too long. I actually like love talking, if you didn't realize already by this point. Maybe it's time for me to come off, unless anyone else has got anything they would like to say. So let me just reiterate what's going to be going on from now on. I've got some videos coming that I've already filmed in January for Ghana. So they're coming up. I have started interviewing people via Zoom that are either in the diaspora or on the continent. So they're going to be coming up. I'm going to start uploading a weekly interview that I've done over Zoom, and I like, just please bear with me, because I'm somebody that loves amazing quality, and it's not actually really possible when you're interviewing someone on Zoom. I can use my camera, which is actually over there, to record me, but the sound is not always like high up there with the other person. So yeah, just please, like, this isn't my choice. Obviously, I love to interview people face to face, but the situation we're in, it's better to just try and interview people over Zoom. And I've got like 5 interviews that I'm doing tomorrow alone. And so yeah, so I'm doing that. I've started my Patreon, which is if anyone wants to support my channel. It's monthly. It's like a monthly contribution. You can either pay $3 a month, $10 a month, which will get you exclusive videos that are going to only be on Patreon. But I am obviously continuing to upload on YouTube, as I have been doing. It's just to like try and support my channel. Or if you want to support me on PayPal, you can also support me on PayPal. Let me see. Let's start a Ghana investment group, Vanessa. If we can get enough people, the cost per individual to investing. You know what? I was actually thinking about this. So what I want to do is I want to first of all build my own place. I really want to see, because the thing is, obviously I interview people about building in Ghana, but you don't get the real, no, you know what? You do get some really great information, but you don't get all the tea. So when I'm building, don't worry guys, you're going to get all the tea down to like every single cost. Because like that's what you need to know. But I also understand why people don't want to do that because you don't always want to put your like financials out there. Ajoa, Vanessa needs to interview you. Sorry, where's Ajoa in the chat? I'm also Ajoa. Sorry, let me go up this. Completely unrelated. Okay, completely unrelated to Ghana, but how do you find royalty-free music for your videos? I worry about copyright laws, so can never find music. This is a really good question for anyone that's into YouTube. I used to just search copyright-free music on YouTube to get my music for my videos, and that isn't a good idea because I've had videos that have got over 100,000 views that I did that for, and then the music was made copyright, so none of the ad revenue comes my way. It goes to the person that actually owns that song, all of the money. So it's like I've taken hours editing, you know, I've maybe taken like 10, 15 hours editing one video, gone out to wherever, done it, and now all that money is going to somebody else. I mean, it's not about the money, but let's be honest, obviously the money is essential to be able to keep doing it. So yeah, oh yeah, so sorry, I get so sidetracked. So what I use now, it's called Epidemic Sounds, and I pay £10. Is it 10? I think it's £10 a month. And there's like all of the music on there is royalty free. And so yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that because that means that it's 100% royalty free music. So that's called Epidemic Sounds. I would go for it. Somebody's saying there's somebody else that has royalty-free music on their YouTube channel, so you could check that out. But I would just be wary of using these because sometimes somebody might sell their song after you've used it and now it belongs to somebody else and now they've copyrighted it and now you get a strike on your account and it's just not worth it. Thank you. Do you know what happens with a lot of these videos, including the Harley Davidson video? I'll be like driving along. I've told you all before, but I film about 7 videos a day when I'm in Ghana. So I'll be like driving from one place to another to go and film something else. And then like I saw the Harley Davidson shop. So we're going somewhere, we're probably on a tight schedule. See the Harley Davidson shop. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to. Like, for one, I want to go in and see what it's like. And for 2, I really want to make a video. So that's why sometimes the videos are short because I'm basically, you know, like just going from one place to another and then I've seen something. Hey, so is there an online hub to support those in the diaspora that want to move to Ghana? So I've actually started a private Facebook group. If you want to be a Patreon, then I can add you to that. But there's also something called, it's a Facebook group called Accra Expats. And that's people that are living in Ghana. And also the word expat isn't really one of my favorite words, let's be honest. But it does have like, if you are living in Ghana, there's like some really good information on there. Oh, this is a good one. How was your visit to Nigeria? Did you like it? What was it really like compared to Ghana? I want to ask people a question. What's the issue between, I know there's an issue, obviously some people have an issue between Nigerians and Ghanaians, but like, I think it should be over now. I really do. I had the best time in Nigeria. We went to Lagos and I was only there for 2 nights. So, I mean, I wasn't there for that long, but I had the best time. It was so much fun. It's so different to Ghana. It's just an internet love affair. I heard about this from my dad from when I was young, so I feel like it was beyond the internet. So how was your visit? Right, yeah, so it's a very fast-paced place. That's what I realized the most. Accra, what I don't know how to explain it. When I got there, I was like, whoa, like the energy's different, very fast paced, like it's much more flashy. So I must have seen about at least 30 G wagons, and in Ghana I've maybe seen like two. I know that's not like a comparison, but I guess it's just people like show their money a bit more. Um, and it's very fast, but it's very fun. So like going out there was really, really fun. And there's obviously different places to go, but there's a lot of like nice restaurants and stuff like that as well. Yeah, fast fun. That's what it is. I think it's nice for a weekend. Like I enjoyed the weekend, but I don't know how long I would last. But people were telling me that I need to go to Abuja because it's totally different. Apparently it's really relaxed there. So I need to try that next time. Yeah, I actually thought like G-Wagons were taxis for a minute because I was seeing so many of them. You think I should do an interview with the Ghanaian pallbearers? Yeah, so do I. I saw that the BBC literally just did an interview with them. It came up on my phone, and I was like, damn it, if only I was there. But I do get why they do that kind of job over there, as I'm sure a lot of you know. Like, a funeral goes on for, I think, is it 5 or 6? Quite a few days, and it's more of like a celebration part of it rather than like mourning, as it is here, which is different. But actually, it's quite a nice thing to celebrate the life of somebody that has been here rather than just thinking about the fact that they're not here anymore. Felt like I had to like, get into that a bit more because it sounded slightly strange. This is what I want to know. I want to know this question, which is why do Ghanaians and Nigerians argue all the time? I need to know the answer. Because we were so close to each other. But I do agree that like the temperament is totally different and the energy is totally different. Have I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad? No, but I've meant to read. I've been meaning to read it for years now, so it's probably about time. That's so funny. Because one feels better than the other. I think it's like England and Scotland. I have no problem with English people. Actually, my son was born in England, so yeah, so I definitely plan on visiting other African countries. If you want to know my top 5, let me just stick it to a top 2 for now. Actually, no. I'll give you a top 5. Right. So the first one, like right up there, one that I want to go to is Madagascar. And then I really want to go to Tanzania, or Tanzania, which is what some people call it. I also really want to go to Sao Tome, which is really close to Ghana. It's only like 45 minutes in a plane. I really would love to just check that out. I quite want to just like Gambia, another place I really want to go. I've got like quite a few friends from Gambia, so I'd love to go there. And then this isn't actually an African country, but Jamaica, that's next on our list. I feel like there's a lot of people that are like of Ghanaian descent in Jamaica, so it would be amazing to go over there. Not just for that, but I just love Jamaican food. I love just the energy again. I'm going to talk about energy again, but something about it I really love. This like situation in the comments is quite funny. Since you have been going to Ghana for a while now, How would you say the relationship is with Ghanaians and Nigerians? I'm asking you guys. I don't want the question to come on to me. I actually don't. I think that it goes beyond my lifetime. I don't think that it started in my lifetime. Um, but it seems to have continued on somehow for so many years. You like the yard man style? Come to Kosovo, maybe one day. Jamaicans and Ghanaians are similar. Really, I feel like Leroy. I think I've put you on the thing quite a few times. Which is better, Ghana or Nigeria? I mean, that's like obviously an unfair question to Nigerians because I've been going to Ghana all my whole life and my dad's from there. Of course, I'm going to say Ghana, but I'm pretty sure if it was the opposite way around and my dad was from Nigeria and I was going there for my whole life, I would probably say there as well. How do I navigate? Let me just make this an hour. That gives us 5 more minutes. How do I navigate being a vegan or vegetarian in Ghana and the other African nations you have visited? So initially I didn't find it easy, but actually if you cook at home, it's very, very possible. There is a big issue, which is basically that some people, when you say vegetarian, some people don't think that you're being that serious. I don't know if that makes sense, but for example, there's a video actually of when I went into a chop bar and I said, is this vegetarian? I mean, I am not having meat in my mouth or fish in my mouth. I said, is this vegetarian? She said, yes. And it was cooked in fish. And she thought that that was fine. So it's like the level of seriousness on the vegetarian topic. Do you see what I mean? Like for some people, like in a chop bar, they might think that it's fine that you just cooked it in fish, so those fish bits, whereas for me, that's not okay. So it's like, same with jollof rice, it's mainly cooked in chicken, what do they call it? Chicken stock. So it's not a possibility for me anymore. But if you ask somebody is that vegetarian, they would say yes, because it's not actually meat. You know, like you're not actually getting the chicken. Gambia is really nice and friendly. Yeah, I really am. I am on the way to Gambia. I mean, I've not booked my ticket yet, but I will be going. I've also got a great documentary, like a proper documentary idea that I'm going to pitch about Gambia. Apparently Scots have a lot in common with Nigerians. Couldn't find any similarities. No, I really don't see that, but maybe it's like the I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess. Back in the day, okay, let's see. Who knows if this is back in the day, Ghana was very corrupt and a lot of men came over and was causing issues, and our Nigerian president at the time didn't know about that. Okay, I think as much as I would stay on forever, what's your favorite African food? It's definitely, it used to be like jollof, but obviously I know you can make vegetarian jollof. Okay, so it would be, if I was having like a meal, my favorite would be jollof with red and plantain. Oh my gosh, if I could have that now, I'd be happy. Great. So thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and if you have, thank you so much. Honestly, I appreciate every single one of you that watches, because there was a time when I was just talking to myself here on YouTube, and now I'm actually talking to somebody else. So yeah, thanks so much, and make sure to look out for my new videos coming out.